Welcome to World of Horror, a 1-bit roguelite that is described as a love letter to Junji-Ito and H.P. Lovecraft. We're going to be doing some challenges today, so let's jump right into this. New story, challenges, and we're going to do a random seed. I'm thinking we do Ghastly Presence. We're going to go with Harbinger of Doom difficulty. We'll set that to true. So, special rule, start with Mind Drain, a random spell in a new personal status, Ghastly Presence, that will disable all offensive combat actions. So we will not be able to fight people in combat. We can cast spells, and I think we can throw items. This is going to get really interesting. Okay, we've got... Is this Goizo? Banished to the other dimension long time ago, Goizo has found a way to use mirrors to ensnare and teleport its prey straight through the glass. Glimpses of horror lurking behind your reflection are just the beginning. So the old god rule makes it so that resting at home raises doom. That's not that bad. Okay. We have Threat of Fate. Defeat target human enemy. Okay. Mind Drain. Deals 4 damage. Regain 2 reason. There's our status. Ghastly Presence. Let's check out the lighthouse. Let's see which ones we will be... So the lighthouse looks like the second mystery. We have to remember our second enemy. Is this Toshiaki? We have a Doom enemy here that we're going to fight. We have a Charisma check, a Knowledge check, and if we want to pass this stage of the lighthouse floor, we'll need to have the flashlight. So these two will be easy. This will be fairly easy if we come equipped. We're going to have to bring some weapons. So we really will only have to worry about a Charisma check and a Knowledge check against our stats. Alright, let's go home. Let's load... We're going to load vending machines, but there's a glitch where you have to choose police stations who have vending machines available. I don't know when that'll get fixed, but right now you have to pick police station in order to have access to vending machines. We'll leave the shop on. For the school, we'll turn off the schoolyard and the library, and we'll turn on school nurse and history club. School nurse can heal minor injuries for free, and the history club can give us some useful items if we're willing to risk a little bit of doom going into it. Let's get the illegal den, and I think that's everything. Alright, let's confirm and continue. Continue. Okay, we got library notes, which will give us spells. That's good. Let's grab this one fun from the box here. You have to pick a cute outfit. And we'll do a warm water bath for a little bit of experience. Alright, I don't know if I'm ready for this. This is going to be crazy. Let's see what mysteries we have available. Wordless Ward. Okay. Rancid Ramen. Found Footage. Beckoning Bulletin. And Abnormal Arms. These are all pretty easy. The only real boss fight we're going to have is in the Wordless Ward, if we choose to take this mystery combo. I think we're going to stick with the slowdown. Beckoning Bulletin. Twilight TV Terror will make... we don't have to do Beckoning Bulletin. This will be a much easier mystery to investigate. Maybe we'll start with... We'll start with Found Footage, because it's a tile mystery, and we can do Wordless Ward afterwards, but I want to get this over with. We can waste a lot of time searching the forest for the location that we're looking for, and I'd rather do this now while our doom is low. So let's jump into this. Freaky feature of Found Footage. 3 students disappeared in the process of making a documentary about local folklore and legends of the nearby forest. Now, on the first anniversary of the event, A suspicious man has started asking questions. He claims to be a private investigator hired by the parents of the students. Except the parents of your friends didn't hire him. Who is he and what did the students discover out there? Okay. We can arm ourselves now with a few items from the vending machines. So let's enter this maybe 2 or 3 times. Let's see if we can maybe get a few bricks. Okay, we have 2 bricks. And these bricks will do, I think, about 7 damage thrown. So we can't fight people in combat, but we can still throw items. Alright, let's go to... We're going to do the side quest here. It's going to help remove some of the tiles that we'll need to search later. Let's investigate the mansion. We have to do it twice to do the side quest. In the mirror, you catch a glimpse of something that shouldn't be there. Okay, so we have a 2 doom penalty. We're going to check the mansion again. Oh man, the mansion was punishing. Your reflection twists and shimmers when you're not looking at it directly. Goizo is getting closer. Okay, what curse did it give us? Okay, Stalker Curse. I'm still not 100% sure what that does. Maybe Canis, the Lunar Cat, will show up? Alright, someone is following you. Okay, good. So we've done the side quest. Let's take the linear path here. Let's go to the school. Impossible angles and seemingly moving lines make your head spin. This is going to be, I think, -2 stamina. No, it's -1 reason. But it did 2 damage. That's how you know you're playing Harbinger of Doom. Because it'll tell you 1, but it'll really do 2 damage to you. Something is wrong. You don't see anyone on the street, and you could have sworn it was crowded just a minute ago. You'd better hurry out of here. Hopefully this does just 1 damage. Okay, it did 1 damage. Let's go to the village. Ooh. I might want to go to the vending machines one more time. No one answers when you knock at Professor Takuchi's door. This is odd, since he's normally punctual about his appointments. The smell of blood tells you that something's wrong. I think the visual element of blood also should tell you something's wrong, not just the smell. And you quickly open the door and make your way inside. There's no sign of the professor, but the quantity of blood everywhere leaves little doubt as to what has happened, but how and why. We can search the room for clues. I think that might be an experience boost. I'm interested in scavenging the room for useful items. Let's see if this works. Okay, it didn't work. You search the room but can't find anything. The sound of police sirens forces you to jump through a broken window, and you're injured. Okay. Let's resolve this. Okay, so the side quest removed 3 of the tiles that we'll have to search. We're looking for... One of these tiles will be the tile, the location that we want to go to, but we don't know what it is. So we have to choose, and hopefully we get it sooner than later. I don't know how many times I've done these mysteries, and I've ended up picking every tile, and the one that we needed to go to ended up being the last one. So if we get really lucky, it'll be sooner than later. A sudden storm forces you to find shelter in a nearby cave. Looking around, you discover strange markings on the cave's walls. I think if we fail this check, it doesn't punish us. Okay, it was a knowledge check. You wonder what it could all mean. Alright, let's see. Which one of these is it? Let's try this one at the top. A parasitic organism burrows under the bark, undulating slowly. This is going to be I think a doom penalty if we don't pass this. It could be a knowledge check. Let's see. Okay, good. All nearby trees are connected underground. The main branch leads east. You make a mental note to avoid the region. Sounds like a good idea. Oh, come on. Let's see. Let's pick this one. Okay, the trees overhead block the sunlight and you begin to feel gloomy. -2 reason. I feel like the tile always moves. I wonder if the tile moves. I have no luck searching these tile mysteries. Let's do this one on the far left. Okay, there we go. We got really lucky there. Super lucky. The rumored witch house seems empty. In the basement, however, you find a camera pointed at the large hole in the ground. On the table next to the camera, you see 3 cassettes, each titled after one of the missing friends. Then you hear a curious sound coming from the hole. We can take the cassettes and run. It's not going to be the ideal ending for this mystery, but we're not equipped to peek inside. So let's take the cassettes and run, and we can finish this investigation. Not being able to deal with it, you decide to grab the tapes and run. I guess we just realized that we were able to get through the tiles pretty quickly. You wander aimlessly through the woods for a few hours until you are found by a search party. You lead them to the house, but the door to the basement is missing. So we've got a little bit of experience for that. It says it was a thorough investigation. I think that's because we did the side quest. We are not going to have a Doom reduction because we're playing on Harbinger of Doom difficulty. It'll always tell us that you were already doomed. Usually it'll reduce your Doom by a little bit for each investigation, but not on Harbinger. And we got a little bit of reason and stamina. I'm not 100% sure what time passing does. Let's see what the status is here. The friendly dog disappeared last night. You'll have to find a new place to buy equipment. Okay. Not too bad. Okay, we can't use the forest tapes for anything, unfortunately, so we'll just put them in our storage. And let's go home. We'll take the key. I think we can heal Reason. We can heal Reason. Our stamina is maxed right now. Harbinger difficulty, Reason and stamina is usually maxed at 13. I think maybe for this challenge, our Reason's higher because we can't attack. So we're going to heal Reason. And I think that's it. We can go on to the next mystery. Let's double check our spells real quick. Threat of Fate. Defeat target human enemy. This might come in handy for the ward boss, because I'm almost certain that they're a human enemy. So if we can get through to them with enough reason, we can defeat them without actually having to fight them. Mind Drain deals 4 damage. Regain 2 reason. Cost -1 max reason. Okay, that's not a bad spell. I'll save the library notes if we're in a pinch. Maybe we can use it once or twice to gain some random spells. So we can finish Wordless Ward now, and that should make Rancid Ramen will be easy, TV Terror will be more approachable, and Abnormal Arms is also a very straightforward mystery. I think the strategy is just to get the harder mysteries out of the way early. So let's do Wordless Ward. Okay. I've got 2 bricks to throw. Hopefully those come in handy. Worrying write-up of a wordless ward. You've got a call from your classmate's mother. With a teary voice, she told you your friend had a nasty accident and is currently awaiting an important surgery. They asked her to call you and asked to spend a few evenings with them. That's weird. You weren't exactly in the best relationship lately, but you agreed to visit your friend starting tonight. So there's no city screen here. We're only operating inside the hospital. So let's enter the hospital. And we're going to go to corridor A. Someone has been branding the patients with occult symbols. Or we're going to assume the worst. I don't think there's a penalty for this. Okay, that's good. And let's go to the patient room. Your friend is lying on the bed, still sleeping after the surgery. Their face is almost completely covered in bandages. You sit on what must be the most uncomfortable chair in the world, thinking how pointless it is to wait here. Having nothing else to do, you decide to go and buy something to drink from the vending machines. I hope we find a few bricks while we're over there too. Walking through the hospital corridor, you are stopped by an older man with a cast on his leg. Could you help me go down these stairs? Alright, this is going to be a dexterity check. Okay. You struggle to help the man, but you both fall down the stairs. I love the way that reads. You struggle to help the man, but you both fall down the stairs. That's like two negative consequences happening. The man's cast breaks and you scream. Underneath the cast, there's a seething sore frothing with green bubbles. The man smiles, his smile way too wide for his face. This looks like the face of a person that doesn't smile very often. Look quite irritated. Alright, let's go back into the hospital again. Okay, we don't need a rest. Let's go back into the hospital. We're gonna go back to corridor A. Okay, you're stopped by a masked man wearing a lab coat. He introduces himself as a researcher from Tokyo University, testing a new treatment method that would revolutionize modern medicine. Holding out a pile of documents, he tells you he can heal your wounds for free. You just need to sign here. I don't think we have any wounds, so we can decline without any penalty. You politely decline the generous offer and continue on your way. Let's go to the patient room. Your friend woke up earlier today. You've spent some time talking about school and recent events, but still can't shake the feeling something about them seems off. Finally, they go to sleep. You decide to take a walk to stretch your legs. They say a ghost of a heartbroken boy appears on the street at night. Is it just an urban legend, or is there some truth to this tale? This is going to be a strength check. We don't have the holy candle item, so the only thing we can do is spend the night here. Okay. The strength check was a success. You wait an entire night, observing the spot where the supposed ghost would appear, but nothing happens. You're relieved it's just a rumor. So we got +1 reason. It looked like it might have raised it by 2. The next day, on your way home, you are stopped by your friend's mother. She hands you a package for her child. You promise to hand it over tonight. This doesn't... I'm not excited to deliver this package because I know what's inside of it and it's not good. Alright, let's go to the... Actually, hold on. Let's see what the curious package is. It'd be really nice if we can discard it. Okay, let's inspect it. What could be inside? I can tell you what's inside. Let's maybe we can't discard it. Can we put it in storage? I just want to see if there's a way to not give the package to them. Let's go into the hospital. Back to the corridor. They performed countless dissections to find the answer and said they found it. This is the anatomy horror? It is, okay. -2 all damage, and it has a power of 10. Well, it's not like we can actually attack it, so... It still lets us do spiritual actions, though? Okay, then let's try something. Let's equip the brick, since we can... It's one of a... it's a fast equip item. So we're doing 3 damage now. Well, if we run from this, it's probably going to be... there's a 5 doom penalty. I don't know if I want to run from it, though. But I don't know if I want to waste my bricks, either. Threat of Fate won't work, because it's not a human enemy. We could throw the bricks, and then... do spiritual actions to eliminate it. I don't think I'll need the bricks for the final fight in this particular mystery, considering that we have the Threat of Fate spell. So let's load these bricks up, let's throw them. This should be doing 7 damage. It has 15 HP. Let's see. Okay, 8. Okay, that worked. Let's see something. Do I have to use the bricks? I'm wondering if the kicks might be more effective in severing them, because they were doing 2 damage. Let's see. 3, 6. Now let's throw this brick too. Okay. And then we probably only need 1 of these, but I'll load up 3 just to be safe. Okay. That gives us a little more experience. Well, that gives us experience for fighting them, and we don't have to take a doom penalty. Hopefully this works in my favor. Let's go back to the patient room. You decided it's better not to mention the curious package. Oh! So by putting the package in our storage, we were able to keep from giving the package to the friend, which will absolutely come in handy when we have to fight them. You decide it's better not to mention the curious package. Your friend doesn't ask about it anyway. There's something in the look of their eyes that makes you think that they know. That's good that they did not get it. And I'll be able to elaborate on that more later. As a part of the therapy, some patients took part in art classes. Some of their work fills you with dread. Okay, -2 reason. I'm so contented that we did not give them this package. Okay, we can't open it yet. Let's keep it in storage. Alright, let's go back into the hospital. We have 2 nights remaining. This is going to be a luck check. I don't like this event. While taking an elevator, you get a terrible feeling as if something bad is about to happen. The elevator doors open. Oof, it's a good thing we passed that. Elevator doors open, revealing a hospital corridor. If we fail this, it does a good amount of reason damage. We're getting pretty lucky so far. Let's go back to the patient room. Your friend just keeps staring at you. Did I tell you you're really beautiful? They ask, twisting their swollen lips in a smile. Is that a question or a statement? Because they're telling you something, but they're telling you like a question. Don't go yet. Okay, let's continue. Experts are baffled by the sudden appearance of 20 stone statues lined up in a row in the middle of Zero Park. You can cast 1 spell without paying anything. Yeah, let's see if maybe... Can we cast Mind Drain? Deals 4 damage, regains 2 reason. Can we try this? It says it won't cost anything, right? Without paying anything. Maybe let's see if we can cast Mind Drain and regain a little bit of reason. Oh, we need a target to cast that spell. Alright, let's skip this. I don't think we have a spell that's worth casting. Back into the hospital. We should be wrapping this up pretty soon. A pale woman wearing nurse outfit stops you. Today, we are running a blood drive to help those in need. You look healthy. Will you be so kind and help the community? So there's one of 2 things that can happen here. If we donate our blood and the strength check fails, we're going to take a good amount of stamina damage. If we make an excuse, we'll automatically lose reason. And I think it's 2 reason. Our reason's higher than our stamina. So I'm willing, let's make an excuse and we can just get out of this event. Oh, it's -1 reason. That's even better. You make an excuse and leave the disappointed nurse behind. Okay, back to the patient room. Final phase of my surgery is tomorrow. I just can't wait to show you the results. You can't help but shudder, thinking about the final day. I wouldn't come back on the final day. Oh good, we leveled up. You meet with your friend who has recently started her nurse practice. You lazily chat on the roof of the hospital, watching the sunset. Now would be the perfect opportunity to ask about the recent unearthly events. This is one of the only events that you can do that does not penalize you. So we're not going to ruin the calm moment, and we should be able to heal some reason. Sometimes it's better not to know. You chat until your friend's break is over, +1 reason. Okay, cool. I guess while we're here, let's level up. Let's see what... We have leadership. This is for charisma. Ghost connection. Completing a mystery grants a random spell. Okay. And what does second sight do? Additional damage against ghost and eldritch enemies. Ghost connection might come in handy. I mean, at the very least, these spells can be sold. So we can expect to get 3 more spells. No, actually, we'll be able to get 4 spells out of using this perk. I guess in the meantime, let's raise knowledge, because knowledge was one of the lighthouse checks. And we'll stay with ghost connection. Alright. This is it. Alright, let's jump in. I'm hoping this fight will be easier, considering they did not get the package. Suddenly, all the lights in the hospital go out. It's the perfect time to leave. With a bad feeling about this, you decide to check out your friend one last time and get the hell out of here. I would not check out the friend. I would turn around and walk out the door. You are shocked to find an empty bed. The trail of blood on the floor leads to a bathroom. Ignoring the faint footsteps on the corridor, you take a step towards it. The footsteps are getting louder. I wonder who it could be. Do you like what I did with my face? I've always admired you, you know, even when you acted like you don't know me at all. I think the result is perfect. Too perfect, in fact, for 2 people to share the same face. This is a Twilight Zone episode. So, the transfer student is doing -4 all damage. If we had given them the package, we would have equipped them with a knife, and they might have been doing 6 all damage if they had the knife. They're still doing a ton of damage. They are a human enemy. So, with that being said, we have an option to dodge this boss fight. We have this option that's called "This is too much." It will end the fight if we use this. I'm going to use Thread of Fate. It'll cost 4 reason, but we'll be able to get that reason back. Alright, let's use it. It defeats a target human enemy. Discard on use. It's 1 time. Okay, wow. That's probably okay, I've used that spell maybe a few times. But this is probably when it was the most useful. Alright, let's resolve this. They completely disappeared. The person who tried to steal your life now lies on the hospital floor dead. Mad, you keep smashing their face in until only a gory mess remains. Oh. When you come back to your senses, you stumble out of the hospital room and onto the dark corridor. The doors to the other rooms slowly begin to open, and you are reminded about what the crazed friend told you. About what the crazed friend told the other patients about you. I thought they were going to tell us about the other patients trying to copy. Oh, out of every room reaches a bandaged head of a patient. Their bruised faces eerily similar. They all want to meet you. Okay. So we got a little bit of experience. Tireless. 1 plus reason, 1 plus stamina. Okay. You learned something new. I think we got grow teeth, so we gained a new spell. The air feels heavy, making it hard to breathe. Is this the fumes? What is this? Your rest action's less effective. Okay, we won't be resting at home. The store is closed. As long as we don't get the dirty water status effect, we can keep healing at home in the bath, which I think is more beneficial than resting at home during an investigation, since there's no doom penalty for taking a bath. Alright, let's go home. Take the key. Let's see how much we're going to heal here. Alright, it did heal. Let's do extra reason. So our reason's slowly getting taken down, but it's still in a good place. We're pretty even now, stamina and reason-wise. And the next few mysteries will be simpler. Let's see which one we're going to jump into. I might save abnormal arms for last. Rancid ramen? We'll probably pick rancid ramen. Then we'll do TV terror. And then abnormal arms. Our doom's in a really good place right now. We should maybe focus on bringing up our stats. What was the second stat that we had to roll against? Let's see, we can go back to the lighthouse here and double check. Okay, knowledge, and it was charisma. Let's see if we can bring charisma up. I think we got enough time to level up maybe 2 or 3 times. We might have to combine a perk and one of the stat choices. Let's go back. Let's go home. And let's do rancid ramen. Rotten report of a rancid ramen. Looks like there's a finger in here. Out of thin air, a brand new ramen restaurant opens in town. It's adored by everyone. This is a finger, and this looks like a nipple. It looks like it could be an egg, but the way that this cut is right here, it's looking a little more fleshy than it is eggy, you know? This is less egg and more skin. Okay. Once people take a bite, they can't stop. Day and night, the queues stretch out the door. The shambling customers stuff themselves, dish after dish, while the blind owner sits silently behind the counter, grinning and polishing his gleaming knives. You are determined to discover what makes this ramen so enticing. What is its true power? Dog meat? Human meat? Flesh of the gods themselves. I guess god flesh would be pretty good. I'm not going to do the side quest for this. We want to barrel through this mystery. So let's go actually to the vending machines and see if we can get some bricks. This might take a few tries going in and out of the location. Okay, gotta give me at least 2 bricks, please. There's 1. Do it 1 more time. Okay, we'll do it 2 more times. Okay, we're not gonna be doing this anymore. We're done with that. Let's go investigate the apartments. The investigation is taking a toll on you. You start to miss the most obvious leads. Those are so punishing. Those Doom events are so punishing. Mr. O, your neighbor, is a horror manga artist. He's struggling to come up with a satisfying ending for his newest story. So we can share our experience for funds. We can let him come up with his own stuff, which will end the event with no penalty. We do not want to look at the picture. The picture will summon something evil, which is literally what the enemy's called, and we do not want to deal with that. So let's let our friend here come up with their own stuff. It was all a dream? You're a genius, he shouts, grabbing a pencil. Excuse me now. I've got a bestseller to write. You roll your eyes and prepare to leave. Let's go back to these apartments. You find an envelope lying on a pillow in your bedroom. Inside is cash and a note from someone who has been watching you. They wish you luck in your task and promise to meet you soon. Just how did this envelope end up in your bedroom? So we got +2 funds. We lost 1 reason. Let's go downtown. I had a feeling an enemy was going to come. Hearing footsteps, you turn around. Behind you stands a pretty woman in a sweater. Natural beauty. Yes, this is exactly what I need. You shudder, seeing the weird woman reaching to her pocket and grabbing a nasty-looking knife. Pretty face. Mind if I borrow it? They're doing 3 stamina damage. 20 HP. Alright, they're also a human, but we don't have... We do not have Threat of Fate anymore. I'm probably going to sell this spell because we can't do combat actions. So this spell adds a new combat action, Bite, until the end of this mystery. We can't use combat actions, so let's just sell this and get some reason back. We do have Mind Drain. Our max reason's still at 17. Wondering if it's just better to run from this? Or do we stick around and fight them? Let's see, we do have 1 brick. That'll do 7 damage. That'll bring them down to 13. And Mind Drain does 4, so 13 would be 4, 8, 12. Do we not have another item to throw? We don't, okay. I'm wondering if it would be more beneficial to run from this. We might need to save some of our reason to Mind Drain the Doom enemy that's inside the lighthouse. This is the 3rd mystery. It'll bring us up to 47 Doom. I think we might be okay to run. We just need to balance our Doom a little later in the last 2 mysteries. Let's go downtown. Alarmed by the sound of glass breaking, you discover the corpse of a policeman lying in a pool of blood. It looks like someone or something tore out his throat. We could steal the gun. We'll lose reason if we steal it, but again, we can't do combat actions for this challenge. Let's check his wounds for clues, and that should give us experience. They didn't tear out his throat, but instead carved an occult symbol with something sharp. You try to remember the shape and escape before anyone arrives. Okay. Let's go downtown. Okay. When you enter a metro car, you notice an oddly shaped package on the seat opposite you. It's marked with your name. You reach for the package but hesitate, an icy feeling settling into the pit of your stomach. If we ignore this, I think we're definitely going to take reason damage. We can examine the package. I think we can get out of this without a penalty if we pass the check, even though the result for this will always look the same. And I think the description's the same too. You always end up dropping the package. Let's examine it. Okay, we did lose reason for this. It's not until you've unwrapped it that you understand what it is. Shocked, you let it fall to the floor from your bloodied hands. I think this description's the same whether you fail or pass it. Maybe if you ignore it, you lose stamina instead of reason. This is fine. Our reason and our stamina is still pretty high. The only metro line in your town connects the university and the science complex. You could take a ride to gain some time, but you've got a feeling something is wrong. Where are all the people? Taking a ride is a luck check, and I think the penalty for deciding to walk is so small I think it's 1 doom penalty. It's better to just walk instead of losing, I think, maybe reason if we fail the take a ride selection, so it's just decide to walk. Walking to your destination takes precious time. Okay, +1 doom. Let's investigate the lab. With the pulling of some delicate strings, you get the ramen into a lab, not just the lab. There's just multiple labs here. While handing over the gathered material, you hesitate. Which should you send to the laboratory? Alright, we didn't do the side quest, so this option's not accessible. That's fine. We're just gonna give him the vial of ramen soup. A mere day later, that's quick for lab results. Your friend rings your door. Her face is pale, and in a shaky hand, she holds an analysis sheet. You usher her in and bolt the door. You feel ill looking at the charts. While they couldn't identify some of the particles, they did discover highly addictive drug in the broth. The ramen restaurant must be closed immediately. A week later, police and an official stand where the ramen restaurant used to be. Nothing remains but a gap in the street and aimless, confused customers. This place just evaporated. You'd like to believe that was the end of it, but snippets in newspapers from other cities unsettle you. Brief articles about an exciting new ramen restaurant opening and its mysterious owner keep showing up. You can no longer eat noodles without feeling ill. Alright, we got a little bit of experience. +1 reason stamina, 1 day, okay. And we learned a new spell, which is good. And we leveled up. Alright, let's see what perks it gives us. Here's the leadership perk for charisma, which is good. I think we're gonna need that. Outdoorsman. Let's definitely do leadership, and we'll also bring up charisma in the stat option over here. So this will bring us up to 7. Okay, cool. And leadership will also give us certain choices during events that require the leadership perk upgrade. So this could be useful later on too. Alright, let's see what the old god effect is. Roads leading out of town were closed by the police. You have to find a new way out. What does that mean? Investigating places located outside the city. The village mansion of forest cost 1 doom more. The village mansion and forest, okay. Do we have to... the village mansion and forest? I think for the TV terror mystery we'll probably have to go to the village. But that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Okay, let's take a bath. Let's heal reason again. Our health has been pretty good so far. And let's see. Let's get the TV terror mystery over with. Tranquilizing tale of the Twilight TV terror. If you're ever up late these days, unable to sleep, and flipping through the TV, you might be unfortunate enough to find the 444 channel. The pale people stand on an empty set, staring into the camera with lopsided smiles, hissing in a language you don't understand. Sounds like those weird channels you used to get on cable TV that were in the higher registries, where it started getting really staticky. You could just make out the image, but you couldn't tell really what you were looking at. That was back when cable TV was maybe 67 channels, and then once you got into the 70s, everything started getting really weird. Okay, let's go... I'm gonna try the vending machines once for a brick. Okay, cool, we got 2 bricks. That's good. Let's go to the apartments. Excuse me. Do you have a moment to talk about our real Lord and Savior? The day of reckoning is coming, says the voice on the other side of the line. It's a telemarketer? You definitely don't like the way the man on the other side of the line puts an accent on real. Hello, are you still there? We can hang up immediately. We still will take reason damage. If we listen to the man, we take reason damage, but we also have doom reduced. We'll take more reason damage for listening to them, but I think we're in a good place to choose this option. I think the benefit of having Doom reduced at this point, even though our Doom is only halfway, it might come in handy later. I always want the Doom to be lower. You learn some useful bits of information about your nemesis. However, if everything the man said was the truth, humanity is doomed. Okay, so we got reduced 5 Doom, -3 reason. Might actually have some spells that we can sell here. Let's see. Okay, Memory Extract is a great spell. +2 reason for 10 experience. We'll probably end up using that later. Despite your best efforts, you feel like the neighborhood is starting to change. Alright, let's resolve this. Let's go downtown. Walking through the park, you find a little girl crying alone in the playground. When you ask what's wrong, she says that she can't find her mommy. Luckily, you spot the girl's address on a backpack lying nearby. You're gonna lose either way doing this this event. We can let the police handle it and we'll lose reason. And I think taking her home is a stamina penalty, and I'd rather lose stamina right now, so let's take her home. You offer to take her home. When you get there, the terrified mother slams the door in your face. From behind the door, she starts screaming to get the girl away. The little girl calmly tells you that she can take it from here. So we got a little bit of experience for that. We lost a little bit of stamina. I think this mystery is short. Okay, stop right there. You hear a voice coming from behind you. You won't destroy my life's work. Alright, this is the obsessed man. And the music stops with it too. We have to be really careful because they'll start doing more damage as they're attacking, so... let's see, can we brick them? We can probably throw both bricks at them and end this. Yeah, let's throw both the bricks. We'll explore the vending machines a few more times to make up for the loss of these bricks. Alright, let's go to the apartments. I think we're reaching the end here. When you stop by home to pick up your lunch, you find a pile of letters in your mailbox. I'm not going to read these letters. This is always an invitation for something evil to show up, and I do not want to deal with it. Let's check them later. I'll lose the 1 stamina. You place the letters on the kitchen table, feeling an anxiety attack coming on. This anxiety attack is a whole world better than dealing with something evil, which I do not want to provoke or summon right now. Let's go to the apartments. Is this the last apartment check? It is, okay. It's past midnight and you're barely keeping your eyes open. Maybe it's a good idea to call it a night. So the interesting thing about the TV Terror Mystery is that this particular event is unique to it, and if you go to sleep, you will heal stamina, and you'll carry on through the rest of the mystery, and the mystery will end with the non-preferable ending. If you choose to continue, it will say, something has changed, in quotations, which gives you the idea that if you get to the end of the mystery, you'll get the preferred ending. It doesn't happen. It doesn't matter what you choose here. I think this is just a beta mystery that they've put into the game. It's still like a work in progress. Right now, you're only going to benefit from going to sleep because you're going to get the stamina, and the mystery is going to end the same way anyway. So we're going to go to sleep. We're going to gain the 1 stamina. We will go to the village, and then I think we go to the last location after this. I can elaborate on this more as the mystery's wrapping up. You had no idea that the funeral you've been invited to would end with the guests slashing their hands to feed the deceased with their blood. You stay at the back, shocked by how grotesque it is. Suddenly, the guests turn their heads in your direction. It's your turn now. We might be able to talk our way out of this since our charisma is at 7. It's higher than our strength, which would be what the game rolls against if we try to fight our way out. Let's try to talk them out of this. Using acute anemia as your excuse, you convince the mourners to make an exception for you. Okay. That's good, that's good. Let's go to the studio warehouse. So, like, as I was saying before with that event, it doesn't matter if you choose to go to sleep or continue, you're going to get the same ending. So until something changes with that, it's better to always just go to sleep and gain the 1 stamina increase. You walk through the dimly lit studio, creeping past the props and various equipment, getting closer to the lights in the very center, closer to the hissing noises and canned laughter. You stand just out of sight, holding your breath. The cast stand on a desolate stage, drawing pentagrams on each other. You think one of them catches your eye, and you gasp. What happens next is bizarre. The entire cast spots you, but instead of attacking, they run directly into the camera, disappearing into its lens like into a portal. You rummage around the set for a while, trying to figure out how they escaped into the camera and any clues to the show's meaning. Ultimately, you find nothing, however. When you get home, you're uneasy about turning on the TV. You take a bus back to Shiokawa, thinking about the cursed channel. Alright, we got experience. Again, a little bit of reason and stamina increased, and we learned a new spell. Alright, the whole town stopped receiving an outside signal. Okay, that's not going to be too much of an issue. Let's see, we have 2 memory extract spells. Of all the spells it could have randomly given me, it duplicated one that I already had. Let's sell this, since we don't need 2. And let's see, let's go home. Take the key. We have 1 more mystery to complete. Let's take a bath. We'll take a cold water bath to heal reason. And let's get this last mystery underway. Abnormal arms. Okay. I remember when it started. The woman next door was strangled to death in her bed with no sign of forced entry. The killer was never found and the apartment remained vacant. I sometimes like reading the one-liner investigation introductions. Just quick and to the point. Okay, let's go. We've got so much doom to spare. Let's hit the vending machine. See if we can get a brick or 2. I must have pulled all the bricks out from under these vending machines. They're so upset because they've been using them to keep those vending machines balanced. Oh, it might be out of bricks. See, I think we can do this a few more times. Come on, there's got to be a brick lying around somewhere. Okay, we got 1. Can we get 2 bricks? Just got to go back to that same wall that we're pulling them from. Come on. 2 bricks, okay. 2 bricks is a good buffer. Alright, let's go downtown. Seeing the 2 chopped off heads, you can't help but wonder who's been preparing your food for the past week. Alright, let's research the occult notes. I think this is a knowledge check. Reading the ramblings of a madman has made you sick. Alright, so the knowledge check was a failure. -2 reason. Let's go downtown. Let's go to the apartments, I mean. It's the apartment stalker. They're going to be really strong. You hear rustling on the other side of your apartment door. Someone is trying to get in. Ooh, 30 HP? Maybe we just run from this. That'll bring us up to 67 doom. I think we'll be okay. Let's bounce. We do not need to fight them. Alright, let's go to the apartments again. While looking around the ransacked room of your recently deceased friend, you discover a half-finished painting of a woman, her skin a ghastly pale yellow color. I think this is a charisma check. I don't know why. It is, okay. Intimidated by the unsettling painting, you're haunted by nightmares. Alright, we lost 2 reason. Back to the apartments. Dark forces scheme against you. You don't know who you can trust anymore. Okay, we gained a curse. We were branded. Chance of raising doom each investigation. Alright, we're on the last investigation anyway, so the branded curse is not going to do much of anything at all. Loud knocking wakes you up in the middle of the night. Open up, shouts the deep voice from behind the door. I know you're there. Alright, if we call the police, it's a doom penalty. Let's get closer to the door and ask what's the matter. That's a dexterity check. Hopefully we pass this. Before you can answer, the door's letterbox suddenly opens and an unknown invader tries to look inside. You lurch back in shock. The man sees you and tries to get in, screaming curses the whole time. A neighbor calls the police and the attacker escapes from your apartment building. We lost 2 reason there. Let's see if we can get through this. The good thing about Mind Drain is that it heals reason. So by the time we get to the lighthouse, we should be able to cast Mind Drain to heal ourselves. We're so close to leveling up too. As you prepare a bath, you think about all the possible leads so far. You're very tired, so maybe ice cold water is a good idea. We're going to take a hot bath. I think there's a doom penalty for it, but it's so minimal. It's better than the price of failing the cold bath. The hot bath is so inviting that you spent an extra hour in it. You probably deserve it at this point. Alright, let's go through the apartments. Wandering through an empty corridor, you find an old vending machine. You don't recognize the brands of sodas inside, but you really could use a drink. Alright, if we get the cheapest one, it's going to be a dexterity check. We have 3 funds. I'm not planning on spending those funds on anything, so let's just get the most expensive one. It's going to cost us 1 fund, and we can get out of this without being penalized for anything. The taste seems a little odd, but you enjoy the drink anyway. Okay, here we go. You enter the dark boiler room and trip over the pipe. Cursing, you find a light switch and gasp in horror. It's not a pipe at all. It's a long, rubbery arm coiling around the room and ending in a ventilation shaft. Coming closer, you can smell something vile and rotten. Alright, we're going to check the vent. You almost fall to the ground when you see the wide open stare of the dead pervert, his elongated limbs stretching and disappearing in the vent's darkness. I almost thought the pervert was... On timeline B, you can fight the pervert. For a moment, I thought I saw that enemy illustration. I'm glad this is the timeline A. We do not have to fight them. We can just get this over with. After the police have arrived, the whole building was searched. Following the arms, the detectives find the body of a man stuck in a ventilation shaft. Later, he is identified as the building caretaker. In his closet, police find pieces of underwear and voyeur photos of the tenants. You're questioned thoroughly and eventually released as the murder case is being covered up as a case of an unfortunate gas leak. Why would they do that? Clearly there's something going on in this apartment that's supernatural. Alright, we got the experience. A little bit of reason and stamina was healed. We learned a new spell. Alright, let's level up. Let's see what we have. We're definitely going to bring up Charisma. That'll max it out to 8. What is Arcane Grasp? Plus 2 additional spell slots available. Do we do that over... What would be the other option? Art Knowledge? Or Dexterity? I don't think we're going to need these for anything. Maybe having the 2 spell slots will come in handy. Because we still have the library notes to cast to gain spells. And our spell slots are getting kind of full. Let's maybe do Arcane Grasp and we'll bring up Charisma Cool. Okay, so we're definitely going to pass the knowledge and charisma checks in the lighthouse. Let's see what the old god status is, even though it'll probably have no effect on us. There's something wrong with the tap water. Is black and oily and glistening, smelling like death. You hope it's just a temporary issue. Okay, so we can't heal at home anymore. Our stamina's maxed. We'll probably cast some mind drain spells in the lighthouse to heal reason. We still got our 2 bricks, which is great. Use bottled water, so we can't really do anything there. I think that's it. These are all completed. I just want to double check. I think we did Wordless Ward first or second. Might have done this one down here first, because it was Abnormal Arms. It was Abnormal Arms, TV Terror, Rancid Ramen, and then we did the Forest Mystery first. I just don't know what enemy that we fought second. Okay, let's go. I think we're ready to go into the lighthouse here. Let's see what spell this is. Cauterize. +2 stamina. Okay. So we have some spells to heal reason and stamina. I think we're pretty good for the lighthouse. Let's jump into this. So, again with these symbols, the symbol at the top will be the first one. So this is going to be our second mystery, our second enemy. This is an enemy that casts doom damage. The charisma check, knowledge check. We're going to fail the flashlight check here because we don't have a flashlight, but I think we should be okay. Let's open these locks. And let's jump in. Okay. 74 doom. We probably don't need to heal, but I'll heal just to bring the reason up once. Oh, I see. It only brings it up 1 point. Alright. We probably don't have to do that again. You finally made it inside the cursed lighthouse. Your gut is telling you 2 things. That whoever or whatever is behind the weird events must be on the highest floor of this place, and that you should run as far as you can. You're afraid there won't be a way back once you start climbing these stairs. I think we'll be okay. Let's check our storage real quick. Is there no way to... You shouldn't open it now. I wish I could, because there would be an item in there I could throw. Alright, we'll keep that in the... We'll keep the curious package in our storage. Let's start climbing. Following the winding staircase, you're stopped. Wait a minute. Someone has been taking your photos. They focused on the enemies you fought with. There's something wrong, but you can't precisely say what. Okay, so I got the photo in which mystery mixed up. So it wasn't the second mystery first. It was who is the second enemy that you fought for the first event that we're going to run into in the lighthouse. Let's see. The second enemy? It wasn't the aspiring model. It wasn't the obsessed man. I don't think we ran into any enemies during the forest event, which would make the Wordless Ward mystery the first investigation that I fought enemies. So I think Anatomy Horror was the first enemy, and then it would have been the person who was trying to imitate us. So I think it's you. You rip the photo, underneath it is a tiny button. You press it, and with a buzz, the gates open. So that was the correct answer. Alright, let's go up. This will be the second mystery. Following the winding staircase, you are stopped. Wait a minute. Someone broke into your apartment, stole all the clues and newspaper clippings, and pinned them here. The more you study them, you discover you can't remember any of them except one. Select the title of the mystery you investigated as the second one, which would have been the Wordless Ward, where we basically fought ourselves. Correct answer. You rip the newspaper clipping off a case you seem to remember. Underneath it is a tiny button. You press it, and with the buzz, the gate opens. Now we're going to fight... Is it Tashiaki? or Toshiaki. Climbing up the winding staircase, you are stopped by a masked man wearing an expensive suit. "The rules have changed, kiddo," he says, taking the jacket and the mask off. "Nothing personal, really." They speak so confidently for someone who's about to get bricked. It's Takashi-san, the ultimate opportunist. 26 HP, alright, they're doing 3 doom damage. Takashi, I was saving these bricks just for you, bud. Alright. 19, this will bring him down to, what, 12 HP? And all the mind drainage I've been saving for them too. Let's put him on blast. Deals 4 damage. We're gonna regain 2 reason. It's gonna reduce our max reason, but our max reason's still 17. So this would be what, 4, 8, 12. So we have to use it 3 times. Not so confident now. They're standing there going, "Ooh, feeling my mind's getting a little, some of my memories are evaporating here." All right, let's finish him. One more. One more. Here we go. All right, so that we used it 3 times, so our max reason is now 14. It won't matter anymore since we're not going to heal again. Let's see what this is. Oh, right. The conspirant. You're stopped by a girl wearing dirty black school uniform. "I'm sorry, but I can't let you go any further," she says, reaching for her bag. It's too late anyway. You instinctively take a step back when you notice a knife in her hand. You have to think fast. Let's try reasoning with her. We're gonna pass since our charisma is 8. You try to talk her into allowing you to pass. "It's too late anyway," she whispers again, letting you continue. The delinquent girl nods sadly as you pass her. Let's continue climbing. I think the next one's the knowledge check. Following the winding staircase, you're stopped by a metal gate. The tiny page nailed to the gate explains that opening the gate will require you to grab 2 metal rods. Sounds like one of those things you would do at the at like your local science center. Using your own body as a natural conductor, you power up the gate. Obviously, this one's much more dangerous and aggressive than the one that you would find at the science center. All right, let's grab the metal rods. We'll pass this too because our knowledge check is at an 8. You're about to grab the rods when you notice the dials and buttons. You toy with them for a bit before adjusting both voltage and current so it's safe for you to grab them. With a buzz, the gate opens. Plus 10 experience. So basically, any lighthouse event that rolls against your stats, if the stat is an 8 or higher, you're always going to pass. All right, that's it. That's interesting. We didn't do the flashlight event. That's strange. Okay. The dark clouds swirl around the lighthouse. Did you arrive too late? No, I don't think we did. I think we passed it. As the unnatural fog slowly lifts, you are relieved and collapse on the floor. I love this color palette. It turns the water purple, and it glows on my monitor. It's so bright. All right, that's it. The next day, everything feels like a bad dream. You've managed to stop the ritual awakening of the eldritch old god, but what's done is done. It will stir in its slumber again and again until the stars are right again. Congratulations, you are safe for now. Cool. Alright, so Harbinger of Doom. We were on Harbinger of Doom. I wasn't 100% sure, considering how high our reason was. And that's it. Incoming Doom was low. Overall, we kind of skated through this pretty easily, considering most of the mysteries were on the easier side. But when trying to complete the challenges, sometimes that's just more preferable. Alright, I feel like we accomplished something today. The challenge. Let's find out what this challenge unlocked in the achievements. Options. Nope. Go to extras, achievements. Let's see which one it was. Should have been Ghastly Presence, right? Let's see. Gotta dig through these here. It would be trying my best to find this one. Okay, there's parole violation. That's one of them. That's one of the challenges. No, it's not down here. Where is it? Okay, here it is. My dear ghost. Complete the Ghastly Presence challenge. Unlocks the insomnia status. What is that? What is the insomnia status? Let's see. Let's find out. I'll do my little research in a time lapse here. Insomnia is a mental curse that may be randomly inflicted on the player. In addition to its stated effect, insomnia will cause the player to lose one reason at the start of each combat. When doing this, it will display the message, "Who could it be?" Some of the challenges unlock good items, and some of the challenges unlock detrimental things like this. It almost makes you not want to do the challenges, but if we want to get if we want to do all the challenges and get all the achievements, to get all the achievements we have to do all the challenges, so I guess it's just part of the trade there. With that being said, I hope you all had fun. Have a great day, and I'll catch you all soon.